Hey guys, so as you may know, this is my full suspension and this is my hardtail. Today we're going to be going over the differences, disadvantages, and advantages of these two bikes. So let's get into it. So the first thing is cost, and let's see why full suspension will cost more. Real quick, I just want to say my full suspension already has better parts on it. But we're not going over the parts, we're just going over the reasons why a full suspension mountain bike would be more expensive just based on the rear suspension.
So as you can probably guess, that suspension right there is very expensive, and so is all those links. They're going to be much more expensive than the hardtail. So as you can see in the hardtail, no suspension, just welded together. Simple.
Now that you know why it costs more, let's go over the second topic, weight. Why it weighs more.
Okay, so all this stuff's definitely adding on pounds, and it weighs a lot, as you can see. But you got none of that on the hardtail.
Another category is maintenance. Let's see why the full suspension needs more maintenance.
So if you look at all those links, they all need to be maintained. So that's suspension. That's another suspension that needs to be maintained. The hardtail only has one suspension. Also, those links are going to start to squeak, and they need to be maintained.
Now, it's lighter, and sometimes, in some cases, smaller. It will be easier to throw around in the fact that it is lighter. So, like, it's easier to bunny hop. It's easier to do all that stuff just because of the weight. Another thing is, it's easier to jump. Alright, but a disadvantage of having the hardtail is, say you're going over a big old step up, or just a regular jump with that, and it looks like you're about to case. The full suspension, this rear suspension just got you covered, and it's not going to be that bad. But on the hardtail over here, yeah, it's going to not feel good, and you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on everything. Here, it's going to suck everything in. So, that's another disadvantage of the hardtail. And an advantage. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on some of the advantages, disadvantages, and different categories why a full suspension or a hardtail could be better. They're both very good bikes, and I recommend both of them to everyone. But this might be just a better version of a mountain bike for you to get into and like learn in just because of the cost. But when you get really into it, and you know there's no turn back now, and you're ready to put a big piece of money into mountain biking, not an investment, you're not getting any of it back unless you sell it. You won't get the full price back. But full suspension will cost way more, but there's a chance that you will have more fun on it. So, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing, that would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video.